Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Critter Kitchen, which is brought to you by Cardboard Alchemy. It's for 2 to 5 players, ages 10 and up, and games generally run about 55 to 70 minutes. It's Restaurant Week in Bistro Bay. Restaurants are competing in food challenges while also planning an epic meal to impress a celebrity critic. As one of the restaurant owners, you'll be sending your chefs into the city to gather ingredients to create amazing meals and demonstrate that your restaurant is the best in town. In Critter Kitchen, players simultaneously and secretly plan where to send their 3 chefs to gather the best ingredients. Some chefs are faster and some can carry more ingredients, so planning is essential. Savvy owners keep their ears open for rumors, which can tip you off to what the celebrity critic most desires. With a multitude of different critics, rumors, and characters to play with, every game is fresh. The game consists of 7 rounds. At the end of rounds 3 and 6, you will score stars by completing challenges. After the final 7th round, you will score stars by plating a 7-course meal for the critic. And the player with the most stars wins the game. Welcome to Bistro Bay. Now there's obviously some different setup here based on player count. We're set up for a 3-player game. More players, you'd get more locations, things like that. But here, you'll see at the very top, we have our priority board. This helps determine friendly ties. We've got some challenge cards that you'll first set up, and these are gonna be scored at rounds 3 and at 6, like we said. And this is also randomly placed, and you'll be turning them over as you start each of the different rounds. And here you'll be seeing the different types of ingredients you need to gather as you put together those food plates for those different challenges. Then at the end down here, you'll see that we have our celebrity food critic, and every game you potentially could have a different one in play with different particulars that they're looking for. They might offer some benefits, things like that, but also there's some rumor cards for help in game scoring as well. Now, in the middle is the waterfront, and this is where you're tracking the rounds of the game, as well as the in-game scoring at round 7, where you'll step through the process of trying to put together this epic meal for the food critic. Below the waterfront are all the locations you're going to be visiting with your chefs to pick up ingredients to make those epic meals and cook the best food possible. So you'll see that you'll have varied number of these locations, again based on player count, but you're always going to have the soup truck, you'll always have the black market and the chef's academy. Some special spaces for sure, where like on the soup truck, there's always soup and bisque that you can pick up. And the black market, I love the black market so much because here you don't ever know what ingredients are coming out. So it is a gamble. I love that part of the game. And then in the chef's academy, there are sous chefs that you can pick up, giving you an additional power or additional chef to send out into the world to pick up resources. And then of course you have your tokens, your stars that you're after. And these are the key thing you need in order to win the game. There's also a bag of ingredients. All the ingredients go in the bag and you'll be pulling them out at random as you populate the different areas and so forth. So you'll set up your player area, you'll have a shield to hide certain things behind. You have 3 challenge plates will go behind here. You have your critic plate for that epic meal at the end of the game, as well as your stars, and all your ingredients will hide behind the shield, keeping those secret through the course of the game. Now, the rest is your player board, your chefs. And you've got 3 different types of chefs. You've got your mouse, your lizard, and your boar. Now, again, this is small, medium, and large. So the small carries 1, the medium carries 2, and the large carries 3. And above those different chefs, you'll see that they're going to be placing location cards. Every round of the game, you'll place them in secret face down, and then everyone reveals their card in order to show where they're sending their chefs to pick up ingredients and then meet those challenges in creating those meals. And players have the option of playing with asymmetric abilities. You'll get a character card and even some stars potentially to start off with. So those are going to give you benefits and bonuses through the game. And I really like using those character cards. They really add a lot to the game for sure. So those are the basics of what you see here in front of you. And then gameplay is super easy to jump into. There are 3 phases to every round of the game. We have preparation, we've got planning, and then we have shopping. So preparation is basically just setting up the board. You'll go to the ingredients bag and you'll populate those locations that call for it. And then you'll check the soup truck. If there's not a bisque there, you'll put one there. And black market, you don't put anything on there yet. You'll find that out later. And then finally, the chef academy, you'll put up the next sous chef in order for folks to pick that up potentially and use. So that's really what you're doing in that preparation phase. And then planning is just like what I said before. You, the players, will pick your locations for all your different chefs. And if you have a sous chef, you get to place a 4th card as a location. After each player has revealed their locations and placed their chefs, you'll see in each of the locations there's a small, medium, large slot to put those chefs into. Then you're going to move to the shopping phase, and the first thing you're checking is if there are any sous chefs in play and when they might activate. Next up, you're going to just go through and pick up ingredients, doing one location at a time. So if there are ties, you're going to use the priority board to resolve that, but it's all friendly ties and so forth. And there's some rules around that, how this shifts and things as well. But in general, you're going to be picking up those ingredients based on the mouse going first because it's the fastest, 1 ingredient. If it's the lizard, then it's picking up 2 ingredients, and that boar is picking up 3 ingredients. Now, if there are no more ingredients left in a slot, then you can pick up one of the soup tokens instead. So you're not at a total loss. So that's the basics of what you're doing around getting those different ingredients. And again, you're going to be putting those ingredients behind your shields, getting them ready in preparation for the challenge phase at the 3rd and 6th round. And as you move through these different locations, any ingredients that are not picked up are going to move over to the Chef's Academy for one last ditch effort to try to pick up some of these different ingredients that were left behind. But also the Chef's Academy is a lot about picking up one of those sous chefs, which are super powerful. I use those quite a bit. Now, again, my favorite spot is the black market. So once you get to this location, then you pull tiles from the bag and you'll get picks just like you would anywhere else from the small, medium, and large. So you have a high potential of getting multiple tokens on this slot, but you never know what it's going to be. It is a bit of a push your luck. But again, I use the black market a lot. Then at the end of the round, if you have any ingredients still left on the Chef's Academy, those are all going to move over to the soup truck. And then you're going to do a bit of a cleanup, gather up all your meeples, all your chefs, and all your location cards, getting ready for that next round. Now, if you had a sous chef in play, those are one-time use, so that sous chef will get discarded. And so you're gearing up, obviously, you're getting these ingredients, gearing up for scoring in that 3rd and 6th round, and then finally in the 7th round. So, quick look at challenges. It's really straightforward. You'll see that here in the 3rd round, we have 3 different dishes we're trying to create. You need the ingredients that it shows across the top. On the final card, though, you're going to put a hold token on that last ingredient. So you're creating dishes around these different types of ingredients, trying to get the most points. And you'll see a guide down here. For 6 points, you're going to get 1 star, 12 points, you'll get 2, and 21 plus, you're going to get 4, and so forth. So you really are after those higher points, obviously, to get more stars. And you're really putting together those dishes based on the ingredients you're able to pull. So you'll put them on your different plates, and what's key here is that if you have an ingredient with a matching spice, the spice will double the value of that ingredient's number. So again, this is a great way to bolster your numbers in order to get more stars, obviously. So it's really that straightforward. You just visually put together the different ingredients, trying to match things with spices to get more points and gather your stars. Also, at the ends of round 3 and 6, you'll have to make some tough choices about ingredients because your refrigerator space is limited. So moving from round 3 to 4, you have 5 ingredients you can carry over. And from round 6 to 7, you can carry over 10. Now your 7th round is all about your last ditch effort to pick up additional ingredients, moving into this final phase and trying to appease the critic. Now, one of the big things about this final phase of the game is there are some rumor cards, which you'll be scoring as well. And as you pull ingredients from the bag, sometimes you'll find these matching rumor symbols. You'll be putting them on the locations as well. You can pick them up so you can look at those cards, getting some info about how best to score at the end of the game. So as an example here, we have Carrot Fanatic. You'll get ×2 on this one, which is amazing as you put together your dishes for the critics. Now, one of the really nice things about the end of game scoring here is that everything you need to know is right here on the waterfront board. You'll see that first you're preparing your critic meal, and it is your large board that you're doing this on. You're putting ingredients of each type here for a 7-course meal, trying to appease the critic that's in play. And there might be some bonuses and things that that critic is looking for. Maybe they really like cheese, so you can put more than 1 token on that slot or something like that. But you'll be putting 1 ingredient on each of those, again, using spices to double the value. And then you'll also keep in mind all the different rumors that you know about. And you don't have to fill it completely, only if you have those ingredients to do so. But obviously you're going to lose out on points. And you're just going to follow along here. First, you're going to check to see who has the most soup and bisque. you'll get a star for that. Here, you're also going to check all 7 courses. If you do, you get a star for that. And who has the best of each of those courses will get a star. And then finally, you're going to reveal all the different rumored cards, and you'll score based on those. And then finally, you'll score your critic meal overall. And on the back of your player board, you'll have a scoring for that, just so you can mark it off using one of your meeples, probably your mouse meeple, to score that as well. So it's really that straightforward. You're just moving through that, and there's obviously going to be changes about how the critic views things and what they're looking for, as well as what the rumor cards put into play. So it really changes up every time you play with the different critics and different rumors and how you best put together that final meal. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now with that said, obviously a super family-friendly game. The artwork, amazing, very much in that Flamecraft style. I really like how the chefs work, and obviously the black market, like I said, I love going to that place. And just the intuitiveness of the game, from all the different icons on the board to how it leads you through that in-game scoring, really easy to jump in and learn this game. But to get the right ingredients and put together those challenges is what is the interesting part, and a bit of a race against your fellow restaurateurs. And I really do like the fact that they have this additional sous chef that you can use and utilize through the game. They all are very different in how you use them. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it from me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.